Hello everyone, this is Tamanna Azam Sheikh from Vidya Pratishthan's Commerce and Science College, Indapur. Today I am going to represent a video on ISO standards for e-waste management. This video is basically created for International FDP on Environment and Sustainability. This FDP is organized by D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Akurdi. Friends, before going to see the contents of this video, we will just recall the week 1 video which was created before this video. In week 1 video, we have seen the e-waste management case study which describes various types of e-waste, the reasons behind the e-waste which becomes a big problem nowadays, and how to overcome from these problems. How should we follow the 7 R's to achieve the sustainability? This was the case study in week 1 video we have seen. Now that video has 4 likes and 41 views till date. Now we will see the week 2 video based on ISO standards for e-waste management. In this video we will see what is ISO, what is ISO 14001 standard, benefits of ISO 14001 standard, and the 7 steps in handling waste according to ISO 14001. We will go one by one. In the first slide we can see what is ISO. ISO basically stands for International Organization for Standardization, which is an independent, non-governmental international organization with a membership of various national standards bodies. Now, what is ISO 14001? Basically, there are many ISO standards, out of which ISO 14000 is a family of number of ISO standards, out of which ISO 14001 is an internationally agreed standard that sets out the requirements for an environmental management system, which helps organizations to improve their environmental performance through more efficient use of resources, reduction of waste, gaining a competitive advantage, and the trust of stakeholders. These are the benefits of ISO standard 14001. We will see one by one. It improves the efficiency of resources. This standard reduces waste. It also reduces the cost. It provides assurance to environment. It gains competitive advantage in supply chain design. It increases new business opportunities and meet legal obligations. It increases stakeholder and customers' trust. Basically, it improves overall environmental impact. Now see the 7 steps in handling waste according to ISO 14001. ISO 14001 doesn't prescribe the steps in waste handling, and every company can approach it according to its needs, but there are some common steps in the process. We will see one by one. The first step is, as you can see in figure, evaluate your waste. This step is basically used to handle the waste properly. The company or organization first needs to determine whether the waste is hazardous or not, and whether the handling of that particular waste is regulated by legislation. In the step 2, we can see store your waste. In this step, depending on the types of waste, there will be different requirements in terms of storage facilities. Waste can be solid or liquid form, so it is important to store it accordingly. Hazardous waste must be stored in a sturdy, leak-proof container that is kept closed when not adding or removing waste. Now, in the third step, we should label the waste. Non-hazardous waste does not have to be labeled in any special way. On the other hand, hazardous waste labeling is often prescribed by law, and in most countries, the companies must obtain a license for even generating some kinds of hazardous waste. The label of marking packaged hazardous waste usually contains the following information, like it shows a warning message as hazardous waste. Physical characteristics of the waste should be mentioned on that label, and so on. Now in the step 4, transport and dispose your waste properly. In this, the company is responsible for its hazardous waste forever. To help ensure that hazardous waste is transported and disposed of properly, and to reduce your liability, choose a transporter that fulfills the following requirements as a hazardous waste identification number, currently licensed or permitted as a hazardous waste transporter, has fulfilled specific training requirements, maintains adequate liability insurance, carries credentials in the vehicle, transports the waste to a permitted hazardous waste facilities. So these are the requirements of the transporter. Now in the step 5, we can see plan for emergencies. Handling hazardous waste leaves room for emergency situations caused by mistreatment of the waste or any other cause. Plan for emergencies in the following ways, like maintain spill and appropriate emergency response equipment in an accessible area. Train employees in the emergency response procedures. Likewise, in the step 6, we can see train personnel. It means training all employees who have any role in handling, storing, or otherwise managing hazardous waste is a necessary step for ensuring compliance with hazardous waste rules. Personnel must be familiar with each waste hazards, appropriate safety procedures, and all aspects of compliance. For each employee who will be engaged in any segment of the waste management system, it is necessary to provide adequate training and working conditions. In the step 7, we see keep records. It means the purpose of keeping records is to provide an evidence that the waste is stored according to the procedures. The usual records to be kept are the ones of generated waste by the type and amount, and records of waste deployed to an authorized organizations. That's all. So these are the basic steps or common steps required in handling of waste according to ISO 14001. So guys, with this I will conclude. Thank you very much.